Hello, everyone. Here we are back again as we celebrate this continued season of Easter. We're celebrating the third Sunday of Easter this coming week. And the Easter season is always a reminder of hope and resurrection. And, you know, one of my favorite images of Easter and resurrection is the symbol of the butterfly. And one of the reasons why it is one of my favorite images is because of something that happened to me early on in my priesthood. I think I've shared this story other times during Easter, so you may have heard it before. But it happened when I was just ordained maybe a year or two. And we had in the parish a funeral of a young mother who had died. And it's a real challenging funeral. And just, she died of cancer, and a real struggle just emotionally, for everyone involved. And I can distinctly remember walking out of church after everything was done and walking out the back door of the sacristy, and I heard all this commotion coming off the side, coming off from around the corner of the church. And there was a lot of noise, almost I heard some screeching and screams, and so kind of went over there somewhat quickly, and turned out that what it was is there's a little garden on that side of the church, and there was a class of kindergartners from the school. And what they were doing is they were releasing their butterflies that had grown in their classrooms. And as they were releasing the butterflies, they were landing on the teacher's hair, and the kids were seeing. And the noise is just their joy. They were laughing, they were giggling and trying to catch the butterflies and run after them. And that moment really struck me. In the midst of my own sadness, there was this real sign of hope and sign of life. And that's why the butterfly has always been a wonderful symbol for me. And so I have to remind myself, many times in life, as I'm sure you do, to look for the butterflies. And particularly during this time of pandemic, when it seems like there's more bad news than good at times, we have to be on the lookout for the butterflies. And the thing about it is that they are often just glimpses, because butterflies come and go, and they don't always, can't always see them. And that's true of little glimpses of hope. But they're there, and we have to look for them. They might be in that, giggle of that child who, we bump into, maybe even in our own house. Little signs of kindness that people do, and there have been so many of that during this time of the coronavirus, so many little acts of kindness. They're all the little butterflies, and I think it's God's way of showing us that even in the midst of whatever we experience, there's always that glimmer of hope, and so I would just encourage all of us to look for the butterflies. They're there, and sometimes they get overlooked by so many other things going on, but I just want to invite every one of us to take some time and look for the butterflies, look for those little glimmers of hope, because God assures us they're there, and they are. So even in the midst of our challenges and our sadness and whatever it is we're experiencing, the butterflies will always be God's little messengers, little signs of hope. Take care.